Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whatever time it is. Welcome to The Secrets of a Ghostwriter. Let's talk about serialization. What is it? Well, it's a damn good thing, I can tell you, and a pleasant surprise when I started out in the business. Serialization is when a newspaper will run extracts of your book in the run up to publication, just as the book is about to come out. Well, you would certainly take that, wouldn't you? If a national newspaper, I speak from my experience in the UK, is going to run 4 consecutive extracts from your book, you would say, thank you very much. Where do I sign? I won't say your publicity's done for you, but they've certainly given you the momentum. Now, the serialization I'm referring to, I had to put aside some of my moral principles because I was not particularly a fan of the newspaper, but business is business. And I'm also the ghostwriter. And whilst I always say we'll talk about the business side of writing and the business side of the writing, I have to put my client first. And my client deserved maximum publicity for his story. So once again, I'm referring here to Tango 190 for PC David Rathband. And the Sun newspaper did print 4 consecutive days of the book. Do you know you get paid for that? They don't just print it for their circulation. We're still in an era then when newspaper sales were pretty good and pretty powerful. They pay you. They pay you a 5-figure sum for the serialization of your book. They pay you for the right to publish and publicize your book. Wow. Happy days. And if you've got the right people doing the deal, some of those sums of money, you might struggle in terms of royalties to match that. I mean, straight away, you've got a 5-figure sum in the bank. I'll just tell you a little story about that book. So we're going to the summer of 2011 or 12. I can't even remember. But what I do know is that 6 weeks before, Kate McCann, the mother of the missing toddler Madeleine McCann, had also published a memoir. Arguably, both of these books are what we might call misery memoirs. Pretty grim, pretty moving, and the 2 biggest crime stories in the country in recent years. There was a feeling that much of the bidding war had been done on the Kate McCann book. I don't know if it's true. Summer's a really good time for a publication. I mean, it's generally quiet. All those political stories have gone away. There's often a sporting tournament, but there's a place in the market to get a memoir out. So we were following hot on the heels of that. Needless to say, 4 days of publicity and that sum of money were pretty good. But the point I'm making is it could have been even more. There's just one thing which is really hard if you are selling a serialization, and generally your publisher will do this, and generally they will only take the smallest amount of cut, whereas they will take a heftier cut on the royalties themselves. So the writers of the book will be walking away with the lion's share. But the thing to be aware, particularly if you are in a ghostwriter client situation, but also if you are just in the memoir space, and that is that if you have a track record of talking to the press, you've got to shut up for 6 months or so before that book comes out, because you don't want to give them anything that they've already had. It's got to be new. It's got to be fresh. So for my friend, the late David Rathband, he had done the London Marathon at Easter time, and he had received a charitable donation from the newspaper, and he had also done a lot of interviews, a blind man running 26 miles. Brilliant. So it's very close to the point in which we are trying to negotiate a serialization, and unwise. But I'm not going to object to a hero raising money for his charity and then trying to publicize his book. But as a general rule, if you're sitting on a big secret and a big story, sit on it, keep a lid on it, go stum in the 6 months or so before that book comes out. Now, the other thing just to say about a serialization is that you might have moments of dissatisfaction with it, because it's the age-old problem that the people that write the headlines of the newspapers don't write the article. It's a different department. So you may well have a headline in the newspaper that betrays the article below it. You've just got to take that on the chin. That's just the way newspapers work. Your words will speak for themselves in the serialization. Long and the short of it is, it's fantastic publicity, and it's the easiest money you will make at any point in the process of writing that book if you're able to get a serialization. It takes hard work. You need to go about 6 to 8 weeks in advance minimum, and you need to get all parties looking at the manuscript signing a non-disclosure agreement, because other papers will join the bidding war too. So there's a little bit of sort of advanced information, and, you know, pretty nice place to be in. And maybe you'll find yourself there at some point too. I hope that helps. And I'll see you next time when The Secrets of a Ghostwriter continues.